SC49 is yet another one of these super hard-hitting bosses that you basically need to block every turn or somebody's shield will get broken. In order to get a good score without Yanagi or some of the other stronger characters, I need to use Rule A. It makes it much harder to get DR, but raises the DR cap. I think I'll land somewhere between the old limit and the new limit, but it takes a lot more effort, so this run is going to take a lot of turns and OD. Unlike all my other videos, this is the first time the enemy is in Fire Week, so I use a Thunder team, which is great for survivability. This boss has an interesting mechanic where it recovers its shield after it breaks, kind of like the E-Shield bosses, but with a regular shield. So we're going to exploit that by looping, and I think I equipped Bungo's Resonance ability style to have OD gain when she breaks. And to repeat from my previous videos, Bungo's main use on a team is to break and to build OD and to build DR. Normally we would save Waki's slap skill because it only has 3 uses for the end of the match, but I use it turn 1 just to lower the enemy stats to decrease the risk that it'll break someone with its target attack. So there was a possibility that someone could have broken on turn 1, in which case I would just retry. The target seems to be random for the enemy's attack. After that, there's 0 chance of anybody taking any damage because Aui's Angel Wings will last for 2 turns, and then after that we'll just endlessly loop breaking and recovering of the boss, so it doesn't actually get any attacks in. I used Duka's EX ability just to make sure Bungo would break, but as we get more morale from Aoi, then it should be easier to break with just Bungo's attacks. It's interesting when we buff Waki with Luna from Luca to give her a hit count buff, it actually supersedes her self hit count buff with her EX skill, so that we can store those up and then use them with her EX1 when we run out, because it's only 4 uses of her EX skill and those don't get replaced no matter what you do. For this strategy, we need to keep in mind that there's a max of 10 OD uses per battle, so we need to save at least 3 for the final phase of our attacks. So this battle is extremely drawn out because Aoi is really slow. She needs 10 morale, which is 5 uses of that skill, and 10 tokens, which is at least 5 uses of her defense up skill. On top of that, we're trying to scrape together 750 DR with DR resistance of 40% on the enemy, and we don't have any blaster on the team, so we're just kind of throwing everything at it with hit count buffs when we can to build up that DR. If you've already done the new limited time dungeon and you have Aui's ring for Thunder, you should definitely use that with the vitality stats rolled on it. It'll make her attacks way more effective. Shadow's EX1 skill actually has softening effect or defense down, but it's weaker than the orb skill dampening, so we'll use that. But for now, since she has a hit count buff, I'm trying to build more DR, so I switched to the EX2. For the final attack, one of the most important things I use is a skill up buff. So I use the one from Shadow's wedding dress style, but if you don't have that, you can instead use the attack rise orb on whichever character has the highest int. I believe Shadow's attack up skill is a turn-based one, so it doesn't stack more than once, but for the orb you'd want to use 2 usages of it. This battle kind of takes advantage of my Bungo not being super high stats because she hits so many times that she might kill otherwise if she were LB4. It's nice to randomly get badges for the 20.4 million score for characters I don't use often. So as mentioned in the video, if you have the ring from the dungeon, it's really good for Aoi because it's a thunder element ring. But even if it's not Aoi and if it's a different team that's not using thunder, that ring is probably better than the element specific one because it gives a lot more stats. And the element specific attack up buff is just additive, it does almost no increased damage versus not having the ring of the same element.